Smackdown, Smackdown, Smackdown. Was it better than Raw last night? Corpus Christi, Texas, huh? I'm sorry, Corpus Christi, Texas. Why did I say crispy? Christi, Texas. And with a lot more build up in the Money in the Bank, was SmackDown a little bit more redeeming than Monday Night Raw? Because I'll be honest, Monday Raw was a shit fest last night, as usual. But was SmackDown any better? Maybe not. But especially if you're kicking off the show with Carmella, that kind of starts it all very badly. Especially Carmella coming to a promo, being annoying as usual, but it doesn't really do anything, to be honest. I don't know. It's like, yes, I get Carmella is annoying, but it's just annoying where it's like kind of go away heat annoying now. And she talked about, the crowd and that they should be praising her as the SmackDown Women's Champion, and had a video package about Asuka, which talk about all the, if you remove the mask in the face, you all see the horrible truth. As the video package pretty much talked about, just showed her loss at Mania, and that tag match she lost on SmackDown even though she wasn't pinned, and that Asuka's lost her psyche, and that Carmella has no fear, and that she's Mella's money, and Carmella's talking until Asuka actually comes out, and she's defeated. I think she was undefeated, but Asuka is defeated now. And as Asuka came down, she didn't say nothing at first until, I guess Absolution or Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville came out and, talked about Mandy was close to beating Asuka last week, but she said she could beat her tonight. But Sonya said, leave enough for me, because she wanted to turn also with Asuka. Carmella pretty much said that, the undefeated Asuka, if she was undefeated, you could take both of them then, or you can just take an Uber and get the hell out of here. Pretty much, Paige pretty much didn't book the match of Asuka versus Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, and a handicap match. Then, the promos was not bad, but I don't know, man. Carmella's just very annoying. You could tell they're giving Mandy Rose some big push. I don't know why, but you could just really tell they're giving her some big push out of nowhere. As for this handicap match itself, I thought Deville did somewhat pretty good with Asuka. I did like that double kick they did on each other, but it wasn't much to say from this tag match itself. I don't know, man. It's just funny to see Sonya Deville shadowbox for some reason. Asuka was able to get the win, though, pretty much taking out Mandy Rose. Sonya Deville making her tap out with the Asuka lock, and Mandy Rose tried to get in the ring again after Carmella was about to do something. Asuka pretty much backfisted her. Carmella comes with the title belt and then hits a super kick on her. So I don't know, man. The match wasn't bad, I will say, but I guess it ate up some TV time in the beginning. But Carmella's just very annoying. Like I said, I hope Asuka wins the title. They better put the belt on Asuka Money in the Bank. I don't think there's any other choice. I'd be surprised if Carmella beats Asuka. We then went to the Miz in the back, I guess, training. I feel like he's wearing like a Naruto headband but he looks like a Naruto headband. That thing he wears on his head. I know it's the logo, his logo and everything, but it looks like a Naruto headband. And as the New Day showed up, the New Day pretty much had an apology, how they acted over the few weeks, and that you will get to be the one to reveal the member of which New Day person goes in the Money in the Bank. And it was like drawing a dime out of a hat, like a piece of paper, and they put the blindfold on him. But when they did that, they pretty much replaced the hats and had pancake batter. And as the New Day pretty much laughed and snickered, Miz pulled his hand out and he was pissed and pretty much flung the batter around. He says, "You're gonna pay when you face me, Samoa Joe, and Rusev tonight." And he even took the batter and wiped it on Mr. Bootyworth, which they keep a butler around now. So, by the way, his butler was in the beginning of this whole segment with pancakes. Dude, this pancake thing is so annoying it doesn't make any sense, okay? It's like pancakes. So, for some reason, they're really into this pancake thing. It's kind of going overboard now. Like, can we what's next? Waffles, but they're just overkilling the pancake thing. So everything's about pancakes. Luke Harper went against Carl Anderson, which Gallows and Anderson didn't even get an entrance, and they're the number one contenders after having one match. And they pretty much got a roll-up win on Luke Harper, Carl Anderson, and ran out of there. Pretty much a fluke win, really, on the Bludgeon Brothers. I'm sure next week will be Rowan versus Carl Anderson, but I don't know, man. You could tell Gallows and Anderson are gonna lose their Money in the Bank anyways to Harper and Rowan for the SmackDown tag titles, and I'd be only be surprised if Rowan got the win next week. And it's just kind of hard to believe in Gallows and Anderson. They've only had like one win, and they're automatically the number one contenders now. Well, it was the number one contender spot, but after literally one match, and now Carl Anderson can't even get an entrance, and he just got won by a roll-up victory. So you can tell they're not going to beat the Bludgeon Brothers. And I feel like Sandy is going to debut Money in the Bank now that I think about it. Usos, well, Jimmy Uso and Naomi were backstage, even having their own, I guess, custom Texas's Day One-ish shirts. And, you know, Naomi talked about she was going to snatch Lana ball tonight and climb the ladder at Money in the Bank. As Jimmy Uso pretty much says, we're going to be, find out which, the dominant husband and wife team runs SmackDown Live. Welcome to Uso Penitentiary. Is this the best they got for the Usos right now? And we didn't even say Jay Uso since, this is Jimmy Uso. But, I guess they got to do something. They're not in the tag team title hunt right now. So, it's just, you just kind of went from, being probably the top tag team in the division right now. Now I guess he's just doing matches with his wife, and now got to prove they're the most dominant husband and wife team now. So I don't know what they're doing with the Usos right now. I didn't think they had a plan for them once they lost the tag titles. So I said, where are they going to go next? And they had English and Lana going against Naomi and Jimmy Uso. Lana is just god awful in the ring. There's no doubt about it, and it looked really clunky with Naomi through half the time. I didn't mind Uso and Aiden English, but Lana is just really bad in the ring, and this did not help either. Why is she in Money in the Bank again? Literally, it just looked clunky. Like, why is she in Money in the Bank? It just really was bad. And yeah, Jimmy Uso and Naomi got the win. Uso hit a super kick on English, I guess damaging his windpipe, so that happened. Next was a contract signing, but a different contract signing. Not the obligatory have people out in the ring with a table to flip the table over in some brawl. It was in Paige's office. AJ and Nakamura were there at a table. Adam Pearce and I think it was Dean Malenko that was there too, I guess, to keep them from each other. Paige pretty much says that there must be a winner. Hopefully it is a winner in Money in the Bank, or we're getting another double DQ finish, but there must be a winner. AJ told Nakamura this has been going on forever, somewhat feels like that, and he said that he understands what he does, but no, he cannot beat him straight up. So you're gonna use the tricks, but that's not gonna work, and he's gonna come out and Money in the Bank as WWE champion. He signed the contract, but this is when Nakamura started playing the mind games. He said, "This is out of ink. Can I please use your pen?" And then he used his pen, and it was broken, and threw it. And then AJ pretty much got pissed off then, and he said, "I know the game you're playing, man. I know the game you're playing. I can play games too." He slapped Nakamura in the face. Malenko and Adam Pearce had to hold him back, and he kept telling Nakamura to be a man and stuff. As you see, Nakamura just kind of laughed throughout all this, and that did not care. It was just so laid back and chill, pretty much acting like a dick, that he did not care. And then he had his own pin, which is kind of funny. And then he said, "Last man standing." So Nakamura playing mind games. This was kind of funny right here. I'll say that. And yes, it was kind of different to have both guys do this contract signing in the back instead of in the ring. So it wasn't bad. I actually liked the contract signing. It felt different. It was more of a backstage thing of how they would sign instead of out in the ring always sign the contract with these two. So hopefully somebody does one of this. But Nakamura just kind of playing with the pin, messing with AJ was pretty funny. Becky Lynch went against Charlotte. I thought this was a really good match. Hopefully Becky gets something out of this, or maybe gets her win, just gives some momentum going to Money in the Bank. She got the win after she dodged the moonsault. Charlotte got a figure 4, but Becky had pretty much reversed it into a disarmer and pretty much had Charlotte tapped out. They both hugged after that, and like I said, I hope they got Becky going something, or she really needs to win this thing, because they don't know what to do with Becky after time on SmackDown. She really needs some big wins, or turn heel or something, because Charlotte didn't really need to win. Charlotte is Teflon, so nothing really hurts her right now. Samoa Joe cut a promo then, as masterful as he always does, and impressive, talking about he's a ruthless man that would stop at nothing, and he told you he was going to do last week, and he made Daniel Bryan tap out. He rose and felt a spine, like a chill, rise up every sign of SmackDown roster when he grabbed the briefcase last week, and that his destiny will become a reality, and his campaign of destruction will begin, and that everybody will get it, because it doesn't matter who the WWE champion is, anyone's gonna get it. Really great promo about Samoa Joe. Next was the Big Cass promo with Renee Young, and this felt like something you would have seen in the early 90s, really. And I didn't watch the WWF in very early. I didn't start watching wrestling until the Attitude Era, but I could tell the old school approach they were going with this. Renee interviewing Big Cass from the stage, as they're talking about him going against Daniel Bryan again, and Cass's promo was very long and tough to get through. And they said, what are you going to do different than what you did at Backlash? And he talked about Daniel Bryan winning the WWE title at WrestleMania 30, and that he wanted to meet him, and he called his victory Daniel Bryan's victory a fluke, and how he didn't shake his hand. And throughout this whole promo, and I kind of started drawing out from this, everything he said it was like everything I heard was big guy, little guy, big guy, little guy, big guy. That's what it was. It was, I'm the big guy, you're the little guy. Garden Gnome, call him short, call him little, that you're on Total Bellas. I'm the big guy. I look at me, look how small you are while I'm holding this microphone. And he felt it's like everything was just big, little, and that he's not as Bryan isn't educated as him. So his whole promo was just big guy, little guy type of thing. And I don't think the fans really buy Big Cass's promo, because Daniel Bryan's already defeated him. And it's funny, Cass is saying, I'm going to do something to him that he's never seen before. Why didn't you do that at Backlash then? Why was it 3 weeks ago that Bryan kicked the living crap out of you on SmackDown not that long ago? So Bryan's already kind of handed his ass to him. Why does this even need to be a match of Money in the Bank? That's the question. Why are we continue this feud if all we're going to get is big man, little man jokes as usual? That's all I really heard throughout this promo. I'm big, you're little. It's like I didn't even have to listen to the whole thing. That's all I kept hearing. That you can't survive in a big man's world, and he was small, so that's all I really heard. That's how bad Cass's promo was. It just wasn't good, and I just drowned out from it. Next was Sin Cara being interviewed backstage, as he thought about he's known Andrade Cien since he was 14 years old, and they considered him a brother. And then something happened. Zelina Vega came in, so something did happen. And now next week, Sin Cara will go against Andrade Cien Almas next week. Almas attacked him after that and threw him around and left Sin Cara laying, which was kind of weird. If they're doing a match next week, why were they already in their wrestling gear? Unless they did some dark match or SmackDown or before or after, but that was so strange to me. Like, why are they in their gear already if the match is next week? That kind of confused me for a second. Next was the New Day versus Samoa Joe, Miz, and Rusev main event. I wouldn't say it was like a repeat of last week's tag team match, and this was still a good tag team match. I'm not gonna say it was, that any bad or anything, because I did like the one with the bar last week, and this one was good too, and I liked it, and it did fill time until the end. I did like the spot where I swear to God, fucking Big E crashed that floor so hard doing that spear on Miz is rolling. Like, I'm glad he rolled and didn't go face first into it. But I also like when Kofi was going to do a jump off the ropes but laying on Samoa Joe going back. Joe even, and Rusev hitting that Uranagi. And even Joe hitting the cocaine clutch on Xavier Woods outside and Rusev hitting the kick. And then they told him to hold Big E up as they were going to hit him with pancakes. Once again, the pancakes come back in with the Miz. Kofi was able to stop Miz, but then Miz pretty much threw the pancakes at Joe and Rusev. Rusev kicked them. Samoa Joe did his senton. New Day did the Midnight Hour for the win, and it was pretty much over. Good tag match, don't get me wrong, but you know, it's just kind of just to pass the time until we get to Money in the Bank in the next 2 weeks, which I feel like it can't come any sooner now that I think about it. Because to what I've, seen tonight, well, Monday was just crappy. And tonight they built it up a little bit more, but I just feel like we're seeing matches kind of rehashed with each other almost every other week now. Except this time, last week it was The Miz and the Bar. This week it was The Miz and Samoa Joe and Rusev, and it was in the main event with the New Day. That was the only difference here, and New Day got the win. This pancake thing is a little ridiculous, though, I will say that. And this, I don't know where they're pushing with this thing. I did like the contract signing with AJ and Nakamura. Carmella's just very annoying. The handicap match wasn't bad, but I swear Asuka just feels like another woman on the roster for some reason now. Becky versus Charlotte was really good. Big Cass's promo, I just did not care. I'm sorry, it was just bad. Like I said before, big man, little man, big man, little man, big man, little man, big man, little man. That's all you really heard, big man, little man. But, he's gotten his shit kicked in by Bryan, though. Who's counting that? But, I don't know, Money in the Bank is really going to be a tough one to get to. I'll tell you that there. Is there anything really else to note on SmackDown tonight? The mixed tag match was kind of whatever, in my opinion. I didn't really, promote anything more until, the women's Money in the Bank match. Who else did something tonight? I think that was everybody on SmackDown tonight. It probably had to be at least, maybe, 4 matches, I think. It's a 2-hour show, so I swear it was like 5, no, it was 5 matches. Yeah, it was 5 matches on here. I don't know, Gallows and I forgot Anderson went against Luke Gallows. That was kind of forgettable there. But like I said, Money in the Bank can't really come soon enough. Because I will say that SmackDown was a little bit better than Raw, because Raw was very long and it was, I swear it was garbage last night. Lots of garbage. Tonight's show wasn't as bad, so I did like I said, I liked a few parts, but then there's stuff I didn't like at the same time also. But I swear it's going to be a busy week anyways. I'm looking more forward to Dominion right now than thinking about Money in the Bank. Looking forward to Dominion on Saturday. And, I got to remember, CM Punk is fighting this Saturday too, UFC. And good for him. He won the case with Colt Cabana, beating the Dr. Z-Pack there. After hearing that case, I'm glad CM Punk won, and he kind of deserved the win. Because this doctor is a fucking quack. But I'm not going to get into that case. All I know is that CM Punk won today. The jury is in favor of him, Cabana. So, yeah. But that's my review. Comment, subscribe. You know what I am. You know what I do. You know what's going down. And now we're done with this review of SmackDown. See you guys later. And comment and subscribe. Peace out.